I'm gonna do this tomorrow, I'm gonna do this tomorrow. No, this ends today because we are gonna complete our to-do list together. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new, welcome. In this video, as you can guess from the title, we are going to be completing our to-do list in less than 6 hours. What does it mean? So I have quite a lot to do today, and I thought that I would turn it into a vlog/advice video, which means I'm gonna try to share with you guys my tips on how to get done a lot of stuff in relatively a short time without feeling like overwhelmed, but at the same time get everything done. So in this video, I'm gonna be writing down a lot of stuff that I need to do, and I wanna get these things done by 3. Now the time is currently 8:40, so it's gonna be a little bit tricky, but we will manage. Now the first thing that you need to do when you have a lot of stuff in your head, like sometimes you just have a day when you just want to sit down and get a lot of stuff done because you have been procrastinating or you have been pushing everything away. I'm gonna do this tomorrow, I'm gonna do this tomorrow. No, this ends today because we are gonna complete our to-do list together. So the first thing that I want you to do is get basically anything. I have this thing, which is basically a to-do list like notebook, which I only use when I have a lot of stuff to do. And I want you to start writing down everything. It doesn't have to be in order. However, now I will try to do it by order, but just for you to know that, okay, I have to do 10 things today, or I have to do 2 things today. Just for you to know how many things you have left. And it's good to know the more things you have, the better this is. Because if you have 2 things to do, you will not be motivated to start. But if you have 10, you will be motivated to start as soon as possible. And the second thing I want you to do in this step 0, let's call it step 0, is to write down the time frame. Why is this very important? So I mentioned in the video that we're gonna do it between 9 and 3. The reason why you must put a time frame is that imagine if you tell yourself that I need to do 5 things today and you're just whenever. If you have 10 things to do, I can tell you from experience, you're gonna finish these things by 10 in the evening. And that's not good because you are just, again, pushing things away. I'm not gonna do it now because I can do it in the afternoon. But if you set it to 3 o'clock, you can be done by 3 o'clock because you know that, okay, I need to do this by 3 o'clock. So this is why, firstly, I want you to put a time frame, which I'm gonna do already, 9 to 3. And this doesn't mean that you must finish everything, but after you have your list, I'm going to explain to you how you can prioritize things. So let's write your list first. Okay, so I have my list and I have basically 7 things on it, which of course later on will come. Now, some of these are relatively short and some of these are relatively long. So the first thing that I want you to do is to see which things are going to take you how much time. It's very important because if you don't know how much time you need, you cannot prioritize. So for example, the first thing that I want to do is of course get ready because I look like I just woke up, which is true. But the thing is, I know that getting ready is not going to take me hours, right? It's going to take me probably 30 minutes maximum. But I know that I must do this first, otherwise I cannot start my things. So if you know that something must be done first, then it's nice to start with that. And then, for example, I know that I put clean around the apartment. That's going to take me a little bit of more time, but it's again something that is quite important. So I put that as the third one. For the second one, I put like I need to create content for my Hungarian channel, which is again, depends. It can take a long time or it can take a short time. Then I have put cook. Depends on what you're going to eat. But cooking, you cannot prioritize because you're not going to have lunch at 9 o'clock, right? So cooking can come later. And then I need to edit another video for this channel and another one for my Hungarian channel, which is, again, it's not a disaster if I don't do them today. Because another thing that is very important for you to know is that you need to know the deadline. For example, you must cook today, right? Because you must eat something. But if you have something scheduled by Sunday, you don't have to do it today when it's Thursday. So you have to see what's important, what's going to take how much time, and what is basically your priority. I also put workout as the last thing, which if I have time, I'm going to do. But, if I have 20 minutes, I'm going to do a 20-minute workout. If I have an hour, I'm going to do an hour workout. It all depends on what is important for you, what has a deadline, and basically what's going to take how much time. So let's get started. Alright guys, it's currently 8:50, so I'm starting a little bit earlier, but honestly it's not a problem because I'm pretty sure there will be things that gonna keep me more busy, that's gonna take a little bit more time than I expected, so it's never a problem to be always a little bit before. So why did I decide to make this video? Basically, I know a lot of people that go to school, they have a lot of stuff to do, like work, study, they have a lot of hobbies, and sometimes they say that, oh yeah, we don't have time for this, we don't have time for that. And then I always keep telling them, like, bruh, you have time for whatever you want to have time for. And then they don't understand, why do I keep saying that? Why? What do you mean? That's not even true, da 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 da. And I just say that it is exactly true because that's what I'm doing. I have 24 hours in a day like everyone else. And trust me, I love sleeping. I love sleeping. I love just binge watching shows. I love doing nothing, be on my phone, play a game, just like every other young girl. But at the same time, I also have other stuff that I want to do. For example, I want to be on social media, I go to school, I have a job, and yet I have time for whatever I want to have time. What does it mean? It means that I just know how to deal with my time better. And a lot of people don't, but a lot of people don't know that because they don't even try. Now, by trying, I don't mean that you need to sacrifice everything for one thing. If you want to do school, you don't have to quit your job. If you want to have a full-time job, you can still go to school, you can still have hobbies. It's more like that you don't know how to manage your time in an effective way. And it's not a problem because it's something that you need to learn. But that's why I want to emphasize this video, because I don't think that it's hard to basically prioritize your time. Of course, my university studies start in a month, so please ask me again, how can I manage my time? But I think because over the years, I have created so many good habits that will allow me to manage my time better with a relationship, with like keeping up a household, having almost a full-time job, going to school, and then at the same time, of course, going to the gym. It's going to be a lot of things, but I think I manage. But again, ask me a little bit later. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the first thing on the list is done. So what does it mean? All right, ladies and gentlemen. So the first thing we're done with, because I got ready, I changed, I did my makeup. So the first thing that you can do is just to tick that you're ready, basically. The first thing that you do on your to-do list is that you're ready. Again, this is something that might sound silly, but putting a tick on your to-do list next to something that you've done can be so satisfying and so motivating that sometimes I just do it for the sake of doing it. Like, it's such a nice feeling to keep ticking off those things in your to-do list, because the more you have done, the more motivated you're gonna be. Okay, I have only 3 left. Okay, I have only 2 left, and I still have a lot of time. And this is why it's very, very good if you write these things down and you can just basically click off everything. So then I'm gonna do the second thing. Sometimes I advise people to take a little bit of breaks between the things that they do, but it really depends. If you, for example, doing this while you're going to school, then I advise you take a break, because if you have to study and you want to study and then work out and then, I don't know, cook, then between your studying and work, it's nice to take a break. Today's to-do list, I don't think I'm going to take a lot of breaks, because, for example, while cooking is a break for me, because these activities are so different from each other that it's not going to overwhelm me. What overwhelms me is knowing that I need to do all of these things. But, for example, when I was in school, what I did was that, okay, I had to write an essay, I had to prepare for an exam, and I had to do a presentation. Then, of course, I also put I need to cook, I need to work, but then I didn't put presentation, essay, and then study. I put, for example, presentation, cooking, essay, workout, study, work. So a little bit try to mix, so not the same activities follow each other. That's why also you cannot really burn out if you do TikTok and then you do, for example, cooking, because then I'm not doing TikTok and then YouTube, social media together, but I'm mixing up the different things that I have to do. Anyways, enough of the chit chat, because the time is ticking and I have to go on the next one, which is basically TikTok content creating on my Hungarian channel. So I'm gonna be doing that. Okay, I have just finished the second thing on the list, which means I'm already done with the second thing, which is very good. It's very good. But of course, as I said, it's not about how many things you need to do. It's about how many things and how long they're gonna take. So for now, I feel like I could use a little bit of break. And because I haven't had anything to eat yet, I think I'm gonna make breakfast. And then I'm going to go into the third thing, which is cleaning. So it's also a little bit of break. But I just wanted to say that if you would like to see more videos like this, or if you are interested in any type of advice, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. It's technically 10, which means I'm gonna start cleaning now, and I am planning to do it in like an hour. But anyways, I will update you guys when I'm done. Okay guys, it's currently 10:30, which is good because I was planning to finish everything by 11, but I'm done by 10:30. This is something that I also suggest, that sometimes when you don't know how much something will take you exactly, try to put an estimate, but always try to estimate a little bit more. Because, for example, if you estimate that you're going to clean in an hour and you finish 30 minutes later, you can either have 30 minutes of a break, or you can have basically 30 minutes in advance. And at the end of the day, if you finish before 3, you win. If you finish by 3, you win. If you finish after 3, it's still okay, but you get my point. It's better to overestimate and then finish a little bit before. And by overestimate, I don't mean say that, okay, this apartment will take me 2 days to finish. No, just say that if you don't know, say a little bit more than what you think. And then if you actually finish before, then you basically win. So basically now I am done with cleaning. So that's the next thing that I can basically tick off. And this is quite nice because I am almost halfway. I have 7 things to do and I've done 3. A lot of things can happen, so it's completely okay to feel like, okay, something came in, I cannot do the last one or the one before the last one, and it's okay. Okay, so I'm currently waiting for the video to load and so I can start editing, but I'm very much on time because I have to do this one and then I have lunch and I have basically 2 more things, from which one is quite, it's okay if I do it, but it's also okay if I don't do it. So it's kind of like, as you go with your day and as you explore more things and you see how much time you have left, you can a little bit play around. If you realize in the meantime that, for example, this thing is not as important as the other ones, you can always like change it. So don't think that the list you make in the morning is basically like a set list. You can always change it around. You can always just basically switch the order, or you can just add new things, remove things that you already added. So now it's 11 and I think the video is done. And yes, the video is done. So I'm gonna be doing a video for this channel. And then when I'm done, I'm gonna check how much time I have left and how we're doing. I just finished the video, which is super not ideal because it's currently 1 and I started this video around 11 if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, the point is that we're done. So of course we get the tick as always, and honestly this was the one that I thought would take me the most, and this took me 2 hours. So it's quite nice to be done with this. However, I have 3 things left and only 2 hours. So I will try to fit everything, but I have no promises. However, when you reach this point where you think that, okay, I don't have enough time left to do everything, you can do 2 things. The first thing that I sometimes do is that I check if I have more time today, because I just set 3 o'clock as an indication. For example, if you have something to do in the evening, then it's nice to put 3 o'clock, and then, for example, you still have some time to do your other stuff. But if you have nothing to do, you can stretch it until 4. Today, I will not be able to stretch it more, so I either finish everything by 3 or I have to take out some other stuff. And this is the second thing that I say to you guys. If you cannot fit everything until the time you set for yourself, try to look what else you can just like quit. So I have cooking, editing the Hungarian video, and workout. So basically cooking is a must because I'm starving. So that's not a question, that's on my next thing to do. The Hungarian video is, if you have more stuff to do and you cannot decide, because how do you decide if, for example, your job or working out is more important? Of course, I would say your job, but you know, your job you can do even a little bit later, or you can do it tomorrow. In this case, I would say what has like a deadline. For example, my Hungarian video is scheduled next Wednesday that I need to edit today. So I prefer to work out because that's something that, you know, it's gonna get me out of the computer, it's gonna make me feel way better. But at the same time, I could even work out tomorrow, and maybe tomorrow I don't have time to do the video. So you can play a little bit with these things, but my advice would be, firstly, to try to stretch the time if it wasn't like a super planned, like, okay, I need to do this by 3 o'clock. And secondly, try to rearrange your list based on deadlines, importance, what benefits you more today. If you have been doing, I don't know, walking all day, you're not gonna prioritize a workout, correct? But I think it's better if you can just basically see what's better, what's worse. So that would be my advice if you are out of time and you still have a lot to do. But anyways, I'm so glad that I finished this one video. for today, and I'm gonna be cooking and I'm gonna check with you guys later. At the moment, the time is 1:50, which means I have enough time to do one more thing comfortably of my list. And because I just had lunch, of course, I'm not gonna be working out. So I'm gonna go with editing the video, and then later on, if I have time, or tomorrow, I'm gonna do the workout. It was very productive day, I have to say, because I got a lot of things done. And what motivated me even more, that these things were not last minute things. Like, these were not, oh my gosh, I have to do something by today evening and I just did it today. It's more about the next week, or it's more about that I can relax on the weekend, so I don't have to worry about, working tomorrow or even on the weekend. But anyways, even if it's a last minute thing, I think just writing down the list is very helpful. Just prioritizing what is important, looking at the deadlines, looking at what takes how much time can actually help you organize your things better, manage your time better. And like this, you have time for a lot of other things. I have other tips on how to manage your time, so don't worry. This was not my only video on this, because I am a very, very organized person. So you will see more tips on this. If you don't want to miss that, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Let's get into the video. So it's 2:30 and I have just finished the video. So I'm not gonna be doing the workout, even though if I planned a 30-minute workout, I could still finish by 3 and I could do everything that I wanted, but I wanna do that a little bit later. So that's the end of the video. I hope you guys got some tips on how to do it, or I hope you managed to do your to-do list with me. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to miss out on any more tips or advice, or just a coffee chat on a Sunday afternoon. I will see you guys in my next video. Have a nice day. Bye bye.